such joint exercises by the United States and South Korea. The rogue nation has gone so far as to declare South Korea its principal enemy, tracking agencies, destroying monuments dedicated to reunification, and threatening war over even a 100th of a millimeter of territorial infringement. In fact, just last month, Kim Jong-un said Pyongyang would not hesitate to put an end to South Korea if it's attacked. Seoul says its military is thoroughly prepared for North Korea's incessant provocations and warmongering. Tensions in the Red Sea reached a new high. This time, Houthi missile attacks in the region resulted in casualties for the first time since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war. The Yemen-based group struck a Barbados-flagged ship in the Gulf of Aden, damaging it extensively. The United States Central Command has confirmed that 3 crew members of the merchant ship have been killed. American officials say that 4 other members have sustained injuries, with 3 of them in critical condition. Now, right after the attack, the Houthis declared that they had successfully hit an American commercial ship in the Gulf of Aden.
The naval forces of the Yemeni armed forces carried out a targeting operation against the American ship True Confidence in the Gulf of Aden with a number of naval missiles. The strike was accurate and led to a fire breaking out on the vessel. The targeting operation came after the ship crew ignored warning messages from the Yemeni naval forces.
Hij is hier wel geweest, zijn spulletjes liggen.
However, once American forces responded to the ship's distress call, it was found that the vessel was in fact from Barbados and not the United States. The Iran-linked group has defended the attack on the civilian ship, claiming that it ignored warnings from the Houthi naval forces. The targeted ship had 20 crew members on board from at least 5 different nations, who eventually abandoned the ship after the attack. Meanwhile, Washington, D.C. has called out the Houthis for attacking civilians and vowed to hold the Iran-linked group accountable.
The Houthis have continued to launch these reckless attacks with no regard for the well-being of innocent civilians who are transiting through the Red Sea, and now they have unfortunately tragically killed innocent civilians. And so the United States will continue to hold the Houthis accountable for their attacks, which have not just disrupted international commerce, not just disrupted the freedom of navigation in international waters, and not just endangered seafarers, but now tragically killed a number of them. So we will continue to hold them accountable, and we call on governments around the world to do the same.
Now, despite the American warnings, the Houthis say that they will continue targeting any ships that are linked to the United States, the UK, or Israel. Now, contrary to their claims, the rebels will continue to target commercial ships from other nations as well. In fact, the Yemen-based Houthis have carried out multiple attacks on commercial ships in the last 48 hours. Apart from the vessel from Barbados that was fatally targeted yesterday, ships from Greece and Liberia were also struck. In fact, the Indian Navy was called into action to douse a massive blaze on the Liberian-flagged ship that was hit. The Houthis have been carrying out sustained drone and missile attacks on commercial ships for at least 4 months now. Meanwhile, the United States and its allies have increased their maritime deployment in the Red Sea. But the Houthis say they will not stop their attacks until Israel halts its siege on Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Now that blood is in the water, there are growing concerns that this could intensify conflict in the region. We will stay atop developing this story. Watch this space for more news. And now to the war in Europe. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the Prime Minister of Greece, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, had a close call yesterday. The Russian missile exploded just a few hundred meters away from where their convoy was. President Zelensky and Prime Minister Mitsotakis were in the port city Odessa where the attack took place. In fact, multiple explosions were reported just 500 meters away from where the 2 leaders were. The Russian attack killed at least 5 people and left several wounded. Both President Zelensky and Prime Minister Misakis described their narrow escape.
I think that Kiev, Coast and me did not only hear it but saw the missile strike. You see, with whom we are dealing, they don't care when they strike.
Even at the port of Odessa, and President Zelensky and his staff gave us a tour, explaining to us on the
Looking for a deal? Give me that.